Hello and welcome to all the viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle here on Global Television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. Hamidik and Michael. President Bola Tinubu has restated his administration's resolve to continue prioritizing infrastructure development in Abuja, the nation capital. Tinubu said this while commissioning the expansion of the Outer Southern Expressway from the Villa Roundabout to Ring Road 1 in Abuja. The president, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, noted that expansion of the Outer Southern Motorway will not only address traffic congestions and improve transportation, but also stimulate economic growth and create opportunities for prosperity in the capital city. And now the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress have suspended the nationwide strike. This is to give room for uninterrupted meetings with the tripartite committee on the new national minimum wage. This was confirmed by the TUC chairman Festus Osifo earlier today. We had earlier reported that Labour leaders had a meeting with the secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, and other government officials on Monday and reached a resolution that President Bola Tinubu was committed to a new minimum wage higher than 60,000 naira. National Assembly workers under the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria have opened the Assembly gate to allow lawmakers, staff and visitors to access the complex. The gates were opened today following the news that the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress have suspended their strike for 1 week to allow for further negotiation with the federal government. The Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria had locked the gate on Monday in solidarity with the NLC and TUC, who called the strike to push for a new minimum wage for workers in the country. An appeal has been made to the federal government to make life affordable and meaningful to its citizens. The appeal was made by some Nigerians interviewed on the impact of the suspended strike actions and their expectations from the federal government. A correspondent, Queen Agaba, has more details.
The impact cuts across board from political to economical, social. Literally everything is coming to a halt.
There's definitely the need for a review of how civil servants are paid. Not civil servants, even the entire citizenry. Government should review it so that Nigerians will be well paid, and then everybody should do their best in their corners.
A lot of people did not come out. Workplaces shut down. There's no light, there's little or no businesses moving, and so it's really having a negative impact. The economy is at a very critical level and stage now, and then I expect that a lot should happen. If they resolve their differences, things will change.
The problem is not increasing salary. The problem is making life more affordable and meaningful for the citizenry. The more you actually increase price, the more you increase inflation. If we come to a point where we have something reasonable, but however, the social amenities that makes life easy for the citizenry is created, then we will have a problem.
Expressing displeasure at the impact of the nationwide strike on individuals and businesses, Nigerians have called on the federal government and the NLC to take decisive measure in reaching a compromise beneficial to the Nigerian workers. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
And thanks to Queen. Now the Independent National Electoral Commission all the ongoing continuous voter registration in Edo and Ondo State ahead of the governorship elections in both states later in the year. INEC National Commissioner in charge of Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekan, disclosed in Abuja. The commission met earlier today and among other issues reviewed the ongoing continuous voter registration in Edo and Ondo States scheduled to end on Wednesday, 5th June 2024. And now to security matters, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebetukun, says the Nigeria Police Force will soon establish a full drone system to tackle the nation's security challenges adequately. Ebetukun said this while delivering the first Distinguished Personality lecture organized by the Third Fund Center of Excellence in Multidisciplinary Studies, University of Ibadan. Ebetukun said although the force already had a drone, it will now establish a drone system to capture everywhere in Nigeria, from its headquarters in Abuja. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, in conjunction with the federal government, departments and agencies, is set to host a Manufacturers Summit aimed at providing solutions to the myriad of challenges confronting the manufacturing sector in the country. The summit, which is a partnership with the Presidency, Ministry of Trade and Investment, National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, will hold from June 4th to 6th, 2024 at the Banquet Conference Hall, State House, Abuja, with the theme Rethinking Manufacturing. You're watching News Cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. When the cycle returns, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries extends oil production curve. These are not the top stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. You're still watching News Cycle here on Global Television. Many thanks for staying with us. Now to the foreign scene. Israel's military says it has established the death of 4 more people abducted by Hamas on 7 October. It says the 4 were killed while together during an Israeli operations in Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, adding that their bodies were still being held by the militants. The men were named as British Israeli Navda Popwell, 51, Chem Perry, 79, Yoram Mezak, 80, and Amiram Kopa, 85. President Joe Biden is expected to announce an executive order that will effectively shut down the U.S.-Mexico border to asylum seekers crossing illegally when a daily threshold of crossing is exceeded, a sweeping and controversial proposal that is likely to receive fierce pushback from progressive and immigration advocates. The executive action will mark a significant attempt by Biden to address head-on one of his biggest political vulnerabilities just weeks before the first presidential debate with former President Donald Trump. Trump has made headline immigration policies a cornerstone of his campaign. Now, United States President Joe Biden has referred to his opponent and former President Donald Trump as a convicted felon for the first time. Trump was found guilty by a New York jury of falsifying business records to cover payments made to a porn star ahead of the 2016 presidential elections, making him the first American president to be convicted of a crime. Biden, who spoke with a small group of donors at a fundraiser in Greenwich, said for the first time in history, the president that is convicted felon is taking the office. The United States president also described Trump's attack on the U.S. justice system as reckless, adding that the former president and his allies' unsupported allegations that the case was rigged were more dangerous. And now, in the business desk, the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee has unveiled plans to transition from monthly to daily disbursement of allocations across the 3 tiers of government. This is in a bid to revamp the Federation Account Allocation Committee disbursement mechanism. The committee's chairman, Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed this while speaking at the public consultation workshop in Abuja. Under the proposed reform, the Federal Allocations Account Committee will adopt a daily disbursement strategy, a departure from the traditional monthly allocation meetings. The chairman of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, says international oil companies in Nigeria are not ready to sell crude oil through the 650,000 barrels capacity oil refinery. According to him, the international oil companies were used to exporting crude for foreign exchange and they were not ready to stop. Dangote said though the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, was doing its best to supply feedstocks to the refinery, they wanted to sell outside the country. And on that, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies on Sunday agreed to extend its current oil output voluntary cut until the end of 2025. OPEC discloses at the 37th OPEC and non-OPEC ministerial meeting. A statement released by the organization said The meeting was conducted to reinforce the pre-colonial effort of the country's efforts to support the stability and balance of oil markets. The chairman of Presidential Tax and Fiscal Policy Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, has said the proposed plan to increase the value-added tax rate from 7.5% to 10% will be implemented in phases. Oyedele stated that the VAT revenue sharing formula has been reviewed to increase state collection rate from 50 to 55%, local government area to 35%, and reduce federal government rate to 10%. Now, data from Central Bank of Nigeria shows that the nation's foreign exchange reserves have fallen by $1.8 billion in 10 weeks. As of May 29, 2024, the country's forex reserves stood at $32.69 billion, down from the $34.44 billion as of March 18. This decline signifies a drop from the $36.1 billion recorded in May 2023. The reserves has been declining steadily over the past few months, with a total decrease of $3.4 billion since February 2024. In the face of Nigeria's struggle to stabilize the exchange rate, the Naira has failed to make the list of representative exchange rate for selected currencies for June 2024 published by the International Monetary Fund. The list, which includes currencies from around the world, features several African countries such as Algerian dinar, Botswana pula, Mauritania rupee, and South African rand. And on sport, Ademola Olajire, Director of Communications, Nigeria Football Federation, today confirmed that stranded Super Eagles players in Lagos and Abuja had arrived to Yo, capital of Akwa Ibom. It was reported that some of the Super Eagles players were said to have challenges joining the rest of the team in camp as a result of the joint NLC and TUC strike. The striking unions had shut down the country's airport on Monday, thus preventing some Super Eagles players who were supposed to connect flights to Yo from Lagos and Abuja from flying. Nigeria Super Falcons star Jennifer Ekengini has won the eBay MVP award for the best under-23 player in the Women's Serie A. The Juventus star got the recognition given to the most outstanding young talent in the league. Ekengini, who started her youth career in Arsenal before having a short spell with two clubs in the United States, arrived in Turin in January and hit the ground running. Victor Osimhen's 12 million euros net annual salary at Napoli leaves and balance his dream of moving to the English Premier League this summer. 25-year-old has for the past 2 years been linked with Arsenal, Manchester United, Newcastle United, and Chelsea, who are no longer inclined to sign him due to his huge salary despite expanding his contract with Napoli in December. Osimhen made it clear he will leave Diego Maradona Stadium at the end of the season. The former Serie A champions have also not hidden their desire to bid him goodbye sooner than later, hoping a suitor will offset the 130 million euros release clause, which is smartly inserted in his new contract. And that's the package on news cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on our social media platform using @Global TV NG. Many thanks for watching. I am Medican Michael. See you shortly.